Hello and welcome to the Play Android Game Reviews. My name is Daniel and today I'll be playing for you the thinking game Box Sweeper by Christopher Nording. And this is how the game greets you. Pretty minimalistic design here with the tiles in the middle, a lonely play button, a blue background and some grass at the bottom. And there's nothing else to do than press play. And here we have our level selection. And there are quite a lot of levels, I think 52 in total. And we have up top part 1 unlocked already. And it says here you need 2 stars to unlock part 2. So we have 4 levels for part 1. So we need to complete at least 2 of them with stars to unlock the next part. So let's just hop into stage number 1, and here we have the game and it already tells you what to do. Move the blue box to the green star. Maximum 15 turns to complete. Press here to start play. So you see the basic setup here, and just like the starting screen, there's pretty minimalistic design here with the grass at the edges of the screen and your playing field in the middle with blues and battery warning not included, blues, orange and greens, and some yellow down below with the level points. And you have your turns, you have your current level, which is 1, and total points and your level points. So turns is how many turns have I used in the game to slide the tiles across the board. And I need to make it in 15 turns to get the gold star. So let's just try this here. We have our setup here. We have our blue tile. We need to get to the green star. But there are other tiles in the way, so we have to, get them out of the way. And it's pretty easy to control here. And, we have a free passage here, and you see we already wasted 7 turns, so we only have 8 turns left. If you're over those 15 turns, we won't get the gold star. So let's just move it here. And as you see, 15 points out of 15. And we get our first star. So level complete. And there's an ad showing up. Let's just wait until it's clickable here. I'm sorry for this one. And you see here our progression. We have it covered in green and a gold star. And then there's the other levels here. And here, get ready, maximum 16 turns to complete. Watch out for secret items. And it gets progressively harder with every turn, every round. And in the second level already there are hidden items, so if you're moving a orange tile, you might uncover different things underneath that either help you or hinder your gameplay, your progression here. So while I'm at it, let's talk about the graphics a bit. I already told you with the grass and the minimalistic approach. And we have this clear-cut design in the whole game where you can really, distinct or differentiate between the tiles you have to move, your tile and the star. Pretty good. And for a thinking game, this is basically, I don't think a game like this really needs super fancy graphics with a lot of detail, or not maybe detail, but animations and stuff like this. I think the whole approach to minimalism is really fitting for a game like this to make it a sobering or a sobered up gaming experience here. And the basic, I already told you, it looks pretty simple and minimalistic, but it's a bit uneventful. In some regards, it's just, well, you just sit there and look at it and you're thinking, okay, there could be a bit more color to added to it, or just some eye candy, not much, not something that disrupts your game's flow, but something that really sets it apart and pops out. Maybe make the player tile and the star a bit more exciting looking or something. So in terms of graphics, still good graphics for this game. They're high resolution graphics here and clear-cut design, really fitting for the gameplay, but still could be a bit more exciting. And let's just see how this level plays. I have 16 turns. Okay, this was a mistake. And I won't make it probably. I'm already at 15. Let's see what happens then. And here we have the hidden item. Another block is showing up here unexpectedly. And I used 19 turns instead of 16. And I only got 13 out of 16 points. So let's try this again. And I'm sorry for the system sounds here. Okay, so what this game really forces you to do is consider every move here and, well, make valuable decisions about what and where to put all those tiles. And you really can take your time because there's no time limit. And which is quite nice because it doesn't force you to rush through the levels and there's no hurry involved here. So we made it 16 out of 16. Another ad, let's just skip this one. And here we see our progression and the part 2 unlocked because of our 2 golden stars. And while I was talking about graphics already, let's talk about sounds. And the sad thing about this game is there are no sounds in the game. There's no music, there are no indicator sounds, there are no menu sounds or any kind of sound effects for the tiles. It is a thinking game, it is a pretty sober and minimalistic game, but at least some kind of audio feedback would be nice to have. Even if it's just optional, give us the option to turn it off or on, but some kind of, well, at least in menu you could implement some light music just to make it more interesting, more entertaining. But like this, it's just, well, not really exciting, not really helping the game at all to leave out the sounds. But I have to say the controls are pretty solid. I mean, there's nothing to learn here because it's just self-explanatory. It's just swiping, tapping, swiping, and it just works, and great controls overall. I mean, the control scheme is pretty good. And yeah, let's just look at this level here, and this is quite a tricky one, as I remember. And we need to get to the star. And here's a bomb. And let's just have a look if we can make it. Sadly, no. I'm not going to try this again. And yeah, as you see, let's just have a look at the level 2 things here. As you see here, in terms of originality, we kind of found a game that does basically the same thing with the tiles and the shortest way and stuff like this. And there are other games that urge you to find the shortest way in a kind of puzzle environment, not necessarily with tiles, but it's the same basic principle you have to apply here, and this kind of diminishes the originality factor, but still here we have some original concepts with the hidden items, with the bombs, with the overall level designs and stuff like this. And so there is kind of competition from other puzzle games, of course, but still it kind of stands out because we only have found one game that is kind of similar, or well, does basically the same thing, but really differs in some of the major, well, gameplay elements here. So it's kind of unique, but still in a great pool of puzzle games, it could use some more features to stand out. And this would help the replayability as well, because here we have only the basic gameplay here with the swiping of the tiles, and we have nothing like a high score or achievements or something like this. And okay, there are 52 levels, but as a player, you want more out of a game than just levels and progression through the levels. You want things to happen, and with the minimal design and no sounds and stuff like this, there needs something to entice players to stick with the game. So something like a Google Play Games connection would really benefit the whole game. And one thing I noticed is with the levels, there might be a lot of levels, but for each level, there seems to be only one correct solution or one way to solve the levels. And this as well reduces the whole replay value a lot, because you don't want to play the same level all over again because you already know the solution to it. And this is kind of, takes the fun out of it. And I think with a few additions and a bit of rearrangement of the whole playing experience on the playing field with the how it plays and with the solutions possible, I think the whole replayability of the game could be increased quite a lot. And yeah, this is all there is to talk about with Box Sweeper here. And if you want to read the in-depth review, you'll find the article on playandroid.com and the link in the video description as always, as well as the link to the Google Play Store where you can download this game for free. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you'll tune in next time. And until then, I say goodbye.